Hello and welcome back to Midweek Encouragement. So thankful that you could join us today. Question for you. What do you call a group of porcupines? You know what? I was this week years old when I discovered they're called a prickle. A prickle. A group of porcupines is called a prickle. And I recently read this story, and I don't know how true it is, but there was this group of porcupines, and they were facing a really hard time. A very harsh winter was getting ready to come in. It was so cold that many of the other animals of the forest had frozen to death that year. To survive, the porcupines decided if we're going to make it, we're going to have to huddle up together. If we're going to survive, we're going to have to stay very close together so we can exchange each other's body heat. Have you ever thought about how do you hug a porcupine? Well, I understand that you got to get them on their back because they're soft on their belly side. Hmm. So, in their attempt to huddle, they kept poking each other with their quills. Very uncomfortable for each of them. It was intolerable for several of them. Finally, those that could not take it anymore said, enough is enough. And they abandoned the den, they abandoned the huddle, they went out into the woods, they began to wander around, and unfortunately, they froze to death. Those who remained realized they faced a choice: stay together and learn to accept each other's companionship, or they could die in the cold. They wisely chose to stay together. They learned to be grace givers to the unavoidable pokes and wounds caused by each other. Have you ever met somebody and you really wondered, I wonder if their family tree is actually a cactus? The only way to avoid prickly people is to isolate yourself from everyone else, which is not what we were made for. Because in the beginning, God was making everything and he said, this is good, this is good, this is good. Then he makes man and he says, it is not good. So, how do you go from good to not good so quickly? It's not good for man to be alone, so I will make him a suitable helpmate. Some people just don't realize they have quills all around them and they poke us. And be careful, if your personality is that of a balloon, you might pop in the wrong direction. We got to keep in mind hurting people hurt people, and hurting people are unpredictable. We have the ability to be a healer to them. We have the ability to love them like they've never been loved. Jesus calls us to love the prickly people, the creepy people, the naked and exposed people, the marginalized. In Romans chapter 12, verse 9, it says, love must be sincere. Hate what is evil, cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor. Serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. And if possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Do not take revenge, my dear friends. Do not leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, it is mine to avenge, I will repay, says the Lord. On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. If in doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not overcome evil. Do not be overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. I think sometimes we may not realize our quills are sticking out. We don't mean to hurt others, but we do. Some friends may speak more truth to us than we really like, but truth sets us free. I think we need to be grace givers because that's what Jesus did to us. And if you run into someone whose family tree is a cactus today, don't throw acid rain on their soil or get out your weed eater and try to knock them down. Don't be a fisher, that creature that knocks porcupines on their backs and then attacks their soft belly. We overcome evil with good. It's impossible to hate somebody you're praying for. Remind yourself of the times Jesus has given you grace, love, and kindness that you didn't deserve. You weren't intended to be a reservoir of grace, love, and kindness, but a river. Allow their pokes to cause your reservoir to flow out, and see the love and grace of God in you. Blessings, friends.